Hare Krishna friends, welcome to Radhe Krishna channel. Today we are going to see and hear one very good story of will of God. So let's start. Once upon a time there was a king who was kind and just but was a little short-tempered. He believed that he was only the one who made everything happen. But on the other hand, there was the minister who believed that it was the God who made everything happen and he was the supreme personality of Godhead. Still, they were best friends. One day, the king decided to go into the forest to hunt wild beasts. So, he took a small group of his men and his minister accompanied him. While they were out hunting, the king proudly charged through the thicket on his horse, but a large cobra slithered in front of the horse, spitting poison from its fangs. The frightened horse kicked violently, hurtling the king through the air. The king crashed to the ground beside the snake and it sank his fangs into the king's finger and that slithered back into the underground. The king realized that until his finger was quickly removed, the poison would kill him. So the king took out his sword and know what he did, friends? He chopped off the finger. So, the minister bandaged the king's hand and tried to pacify him with his wise words. Take this simply as the mercy of the Lord, accept it as part of his plan. The king, shaken and upset, did not appreciate the minister's view. Be quiet, he snapped. But the minister continued to speak of the Lord's mercy. This irritated the king so much that he ordered his men to take the minister back to the city and cast him in the dungeon. Determined not to change his hunting plan for the day, the king, in his hand neatly bandaged, continued alone through the forest searching for wild beasts. A short while later, he was ambushed by a gang of bandits. He was captured and bound. The leader, grinning broadly, spoke in a gruff voice. This is your lucky day. I'm going to sacrifice you to your goddess Kali. It is not every day that she enjoys royal blood. The king, on the other hand, considered himself most unlucky. He had no way of saving himself from the bloody death of Kali's altar. Pointing to the king, the leader ordered his men undress him, wash and clean him. As the dacoits stripped him, one cried out, "Look, there is a finger missing." Inspecting the king's hand, the leader of the dacoits was disappointed. "We cannot offer an incomplete human to Kali. Please release him immediately and find someone else." Relieved to be freed so suddenly, the king mounted his horse and sped back to the city. Going straight in the dungeons, he ordered to release the minister and apologized him and said, "By the mercy of the Lord, I lost a finger, but as a result, I had my life spared." After narrating the bizarre and frightening experience to his minister, the king paused thoughtfully. I am still a little puzzled. If everything that happens in the mercy of the Lord, what was the purpose of you being thrown in the dungeon? So, friends, you might be thinking this question, right? So, the minister said, "If you hadn't ordered me to be thrown in the dungeon, I would have been with you when you were captured by the bandits. As I had no body parts missing, the Kali worshippers would undoubtedly have used me as the human offering." Both the king and minister laughed loudly, tears streaming down their faces. Glad to be arrived, they agreed that not a blade of grass moves without the will of God. So Hare Krishna friends, we complete this story here only. Please, please, please follow Radhe Krishna channel and learn more about Krishna, know more about Krishna. Thank you friends. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.